Well, today should have been the start of exams, GCSEs and AS levels starting today. I think we've got computer science, GCSE, RE this afternoon. What else have we got? Spanish, AS, and psychology AS as well today. So, as you can see, a bit lonely here today, in splendid isolation, as it were. Normally at the start of this exam season, lasting about 6 or 7 weeks, you'd have to get all these chairs and desks out, over about 170 or so altogether. So instead of that today, what I'm going to do is just let this one desk represent all the exams that should have been taking place here today. Okay, so I've got about 14 pages worth of exams here. That's about 200 individual exams. Over 4,000 individual students doing exams throughout this season, GCSEs and A-levels. 10 invigilators will have come in throughout the season, and of course now that's all gone. So of course all this room would be full of about 200 desks at the height of the season, and you'd have me standing at the front telling you you can have your phones in your pockets, your drinks on the floor, smartwatches on the desk and so on. Aren't you missing all that? Of course, you'd all be queuing up like sardines out here in the foyer waiting to come in until one of the invigilators will come open these doors, beckon you inside, and then into the arena itself. Now, I know you think that when I'm standing up here I'm just playing battleships with you in your gridded numbered seats down there, but really, and I'm looking down from here, I'm in awe really of all the knowledge that's going on and going into these exams. That's what you've got to hold on to. You might not be doing exams, but you've accrued all this knowledge over the years, perhaps specifically the last 2 years or so if you're doing GCSEs and A-levels, but it's all cumulative really, isn't it? You know stuff, right? You know stuff about all these different subjects: English, maths, science, history, geography, RE, languages, sociology, psychology, all sorts of different things. And that's what you've got to hold on to at these times. You might not be in exams, but they can't take that knowledge away from you. Now, you've probably seen videos of all these doctors around the country who've been exempted from their final exams because they want them out there working in hospitals and so on. And that's because, again, they've accrued all the knowledge over the 5 years or whatever it is they've been training for. They've probably done lots of exams before then. They've been out in hospitals doing lots of work and so on. So the final exam isn't that important in the whole scheme of things. And that's the same for you as well. Doing your GCSEs, doing your A-levels, you've got all that knowledge. It's going to take you on to the next step, whether it's to come back to your sixth form or somewhere else if you're doing GCSEs, or if you're doing A-levels, out to the world of work or out into universities and things like that. So that's all going to carry on still. So here I am in isolation, all a bit lonely. It's funny really, because isolation and lockdown are two phrases we do use a lot in the exam world, particularly with exam clashes. In between the clashes you have to be in lockdown or in isolation. Of course, it's come to mean something a bit different now, but remember, things will change. And I just want to say at this stage that we're thinking of your year 11s, year 13s, invigilators who aren't here, and really the saddest thing of all is that you're going to miss my jokes. I've got a joke just about for every single subject that there is, so that when we had that kind of pregnant pause time before I've given you all the instructions for exams, and the time getting up to 9 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whenever it is we're starting the exam, always had a chance for a nice little subject related joke. Oh, sorry, what was that? Oh, you do want to hear one of my jokes? Oh, well, let's see what we've got today then. Computer science. If you Google lost servant boy, it does say this page can't be found. One of Milton Jones' jokes there, borrowed it from him. What else have we got? Psychology this afternoon. Yeah, psychology. A Freudian slip, where you say one thing, but mean your mother.